Hey guys, now I'm going to start, and today we are going to start with patterns. The here here on the screen you have got good pattern, like this is known as half pyramid of asterisks. These are asterisks, or call them as stars. That's okay. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. I'll draw the diagram again over here. See, in every pattern, you have to notice that there are rows and columns. There are rows and columns. See, these are rows: row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. These are rows, and these are columns. See, these are columns. These are columns. You have to divide pattern like as rows and columns. In first row, see, in first row, how many stars are there? In first row, there is one star. Okay, means okay. I'll explain you. In first row, there is one star. In second row, there is two stars. In third row, there are three stars. In fourth row, there are four stars. In fifth row, there are five stars. Means the number of stars in each row, number of stars in each row equal to number of stars in that row, right? Each row is equal to the number, like the row number, right? The number of stars in each row is equal to the row number, right? See, you have to see that the number of stars in each row is equal to the row number, right? In first row there is one star. Okay, in second row there are two stars. Like third row there are three stars, fourth row there are four stars. You have to remember that these number of rows are ith for loop. For I have written in the previous video, I have explained you the nested loops. For for this are the number of rows are defined by I equal to, let's say something, let's say 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. Think like these are iterations that are running to increment the rows or keeping the track of rows, right? In and next inner j loop, print j equal to 1 and j less than or equal to something j plus plus. This inner for loop is written to print the star, to print C out star. I think you understood this, right? Let's see. Try to understand this. This is the first iteration. In the first iteration, I am printing one star, right? The outer loop is very clear. It has to run 5 number of times. I have given like n equal to 5. That means here the 5 is taken. Okay, I equal to 0, not I equal to 0, int I equal to 0. For int I equal to 0, I less than I equal to 0 or I equal to 1. Let's say I equal to 1, because we'll not confuse, like if I the row number is 1, the star must be 1. Okay, in that way we are least confused. I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus, and now for how many times in each row, how many times j loop is being iterated, how many times the columns are the number of columns are repeated. In first row the for the value of I equal to 1, only one time the star is printed, right? That means the loop is iterated only once. In second row, the loop is iterated only twice. In third row, the loop is iterated thrice. That means what is the ith value? The number of ith value is the number of iterations the j is making, right? For the value of I equal to 1, j will make one iteration. For I value is 2, I value 2 means the row value is 2. For I value 2, there are 2 iterations. Means for int j equal to 0, j less than or equal to I. Try to think this. I think this made some sense, right? I'll write over here for int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus for int j equal to 1, j less than or equal to I, j plus plus, j equal to 1 over here also, okay? If you kept j equal to 0, you should keep j less than I, okay? The number of iterations of j are equal to the row number. That's the main point what I am discussing from the beginning, because in the first row there are one star, okay? If try to analyze this, here I am putting like cout star, wait, write some, here I am printing cout star. There is no need to invent space, okay? See, for the first iteration, I value, when the I value is 1, it enters the loop, it checks the condition and it enters the loop. As the condition is satisfied, it enters the loop. For j value equal to 1, j less than or equal to I. What is the I value? I value is 1. That means in first iteration, as this is true, j is less than or equal to I, j equal to 1 is less than or equal to 1. That's true. That is why it prints this. See, here you have to, after cout endl, I forgot to say that cout endl, because see, after completing the first row, you have to enter the next line, right? That is why I have implemented this command endl statement after the inner loop, okay? Then next, I value gets incremented, I value became 2, second iteration, I value is 2, 2 is less than or equal to 5, condition is satisfied and it enters the inner loop for j equal to 1, j less than or equal to 2, j equal to 1, j less than or equal to 2. Means there are 2 possible iterations. I think you got this. For j equal to 1, for the j value 1, it enters the loop and prints this. Already we have here the output as here this, and next, after in the next line, it prints 1, it prints 2, because see, for the j value 1, it has printed the star, and then it checks the condition, it goes to the increment or decrement operator, and it checks, and what is the j value is 2 now, 2, the condition is satisfied, and again it prints the star, and after that j value is 3, as j is less than or equal to I, 3 is not less than or equal to 2, right? That's why it exited the loop and it enters the next line, okay? In the next line, that is third iteration, I value became 3. For I value is 3, j value would be j equal to 1, 2, 3. These 3 values are possible for j to enter the loop. This is previous output. See, I am subsequently modifying the output, and now here it will get 1, 2, 3 stars, right? Because j value is, the number of iterations are 3 iterations are possible. That's why we'll get 1 iteration, 2 iteration, 3rd iteration, and after the j value is incremented like 4, and I value is only 3 here, and 4 is not less than or equal to 3. That's why it exits the loop and make an endl statement. But in the fourth iteration, I value is 4, j from 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 are possible values for j to hold on the condition like j is less than or equal to I. This to hold this condition, j values are, these are possible values for j. And now this is the previous output I'm printing here. And in fourth iteration it prints 1 2 3 4 4 stars, right? For the j equal to fifth iteration, in the fifth iteration I value became 5. J, the possible values for j to hold on the condition are 1 2 3 4 5. J is less than or equal to I, that's 5. I is 5. So these are the possible values. And now prints like see, this will be the output, right? I think you understood this. I'll summarize it once again. See, every time it doesn't print like this, I'm generally showing you, that's it. Every time it doesn't print all this, you'll not get the output which I have given, right? Wait, which I have given, like you'll not get this and this and this and this. At last the final output is this, that's why you'll only get this. Okay, what is the pattern is, this is the pattern, right? See, this is the pattern. These I've told you that these are columns represented by j, and these are rows represented by I. See, whatever block of code or whatever you wanted to print, you have to print in the inner loop, right? The outer loop is just to increment the iteration. Okay, I think you got this. Here the number of iterations are how many? I into j. You can check that. You can check that I into j iterations are possible over here. Okay, what I've written code like for int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus, for int j equal to 1, j less than or equal to I, j plus plus, cout star, that's it. And now cout end l. This is the code. Why I've written this means, in first row there are the number of stars are 1, in second row the number of stars are 2, in third row the number of stars are 3, in fourth row the number of stars are 4, in fifth row the number of stars are 5. Means inner loop is iterating how many times? Inner loop is iterating the number of times inner loop is iterating is equal to the ith value. If I equal to 1, the iterations in the inner loop are 1. If I equal to 2, the iterations in inner loop are 2. Why I'm talking iterations? Because in iterations what we have, for every possible iteration there is an star or star printed, right? For two iterations, two stars are printed. Like that, if in the first iteration I equal to 1 means the inner loop for j, the number of iterations possible for j will be 1. That means it prints 1 star, right? For j equal to 1, here if I put like j is less than or equal to 5, what would happen? Expect the output. What would happen? It prints like 1 2 3 4 5. Because see, every time inside the j loop, every time 5 iterations are possible, right? For every row it prints like this statement, this rectangle, star rectangle. It prints this star rectangle. It prints over here 1 2 3 like this. It prints, this is a rectangle. No, I wanted only half pyramid of stars. That's why we are like j less than or equal to I. I think you got this, right? I think you got this. We'll code it. J equal 1, j less than or equal to I. That's it. And what is cout star? That's it. No 10. 10 means that's a huge. We'll go with we'll go with some smaller input. C, half pyramid. And now we'll go with 8. See 8. If you give space also, that's not an issue actually. You can give space. You can give even space. That's not an issue. Only you'll get every between every two stars there is a space given. That's it. See, space is given. You'll get a half pyramid like this. Okay. And I've discussed some why I didn't keep j is less than or equal to n. See why I didn't keep, you'll get to know that. You have to think, you have to, if you write a code, you have to, you should know before executing, you should know what would be the expected output. You must think like that. See, rectangle, I've said that, yeah, you will get a rectangle. So this is the code, I less than I, j is less than I. Okay.